everyone. My name is AnnickMagac. I am the author of Clear. I am a speaker and a coach. Good, thank you. I'm doing well. I am broadcasting from the US in the Northeast, and today I wanted to talk to you about getting started. So I wrote this book about Clear, and it's about how your environment is a reflection of your personal and inner life. And oftentimes we surround ourselves and have all this clutter in our lives because we are going through different issues or trying to figure out how to make our lives better. But what ends up happening is that our environment becomes a reflection of what's going on around us. So for instance, your house might be a total mess, or maybe it's not your house, but maybe your workspace is a mess, or your car is a mess. If you were to open up the trunk, would you just see all this stuff rattling around? Clutter can manifest in many different ways. It also can be related to, besides having your environmental clutter, that you might also feel clutter in your mind as well and just be really confused about what should I be focusing on. I always feel like I'm scattered. I feel like I'm here or there. Well, those kind of thoughts, those end up coming up into your environment and creating different types of clutter. A question that I often get is, how do I start? And what they mean when they ask me that is, I know I've got this clutter. I know that my desk is a total mess and I want to work on this big project and I've got all these really great ideas and things that I want to accomplish, but I just can't get past the fact that my desk is a mess. And I know what I should do, which is to try to organize it, go through it, and get rid of different things. But for some reason, I can't do this. And this spills out not only into trying to clear clutter, but this also happens in various ways in our lives. For instance, you know that you want to lose X amount of weight because it'll make you feel better, your clothes will fit better, you'll feel better about yourself, you'll be healthier, and you don't do it. You might want to try a new exercise regimen, but you don't do it. I really would like to get a new job. I don't really like the job that I have, but you don't do it. You know where I'm going with this. And the question always is, well, how do I start? Like, what's it going to take for me to start, or where should I begin? There's two ways that this can end up happening. One is that you can choose to just start, or two, you're going to wait until something really bad happens in your life where you just hit rock bottom, or you get a wake-up call, and then you're going to start. That wake-up call might come in the way of somebody making a comment about your weight that you weren't expecting. It could come from not getting the promotion that you thought you were going to get. It could come with the death of a family member. It can come in many different ways. And the problem with having a wake-up call or waiting to make change because of a wake-up call is that it usually never happens when you want it to, right? We get just like this big event that happens, and it's just, usually it happens when we're really in a bad position in our lives. When you make a change through that, it can be glorious for it to happen because you then now are making changes and your life goes on to be better. The problem with waiting until you have a horrific event or you hit rock bottom is that you've had to go through some really crappy experiences to actually get and be motivated to be started. Now, most of us as humans, that's kind of what we wait for, and it's not fun. I mean, I think everybody probably watching this could agree with me that it's just not fun. Who really wants to wait until something tragic has happened to make a change? Because you've missed out, besides it just being a horrible experience, you've missed out on all this time in your life where it really could have been, you could have been having change or creating change in a more positive way for far longer than being in a really crappy part of your life. Now, sometimes, and like if you're watching this, people will they'll want their coach to yell at them and be like, you need to make change. You know that you should be doing this. I totally shut off when somebody yells at me. I don't think that's fun. Like, I really do not like to be yelled at. And so therefore, I'm not going to sit here and yell at you and say, you know what you should be doing, but you're not doing it. It doesn't work. Really, is that going to motivate you to make a change? But what I can say is that when you decide to make a change, when you decide to pick up that stack of paper on your desk and start going through it, you are empowering yourself. You are making the choice to make a change in your life. And that is far more empowering than waiting for something to happen for you to be forced to make a change. And when it really comes down to at the end of the day is that at some point you just have to decide, this is it. I'm going to do it today. Like today's the day that I'm just going to do it. It's not going to be this grand event. It's not going to be somebody telling you that, you're a jerk for not doing this. And if you want to change, you're ruining every part of your life by not making a change. That's probably also not going to work for you. And again, like I said, we want to feel empowered in our lives. Like I really don't want to be making any change from a point of being a victim. I want to make choices because that's what I really want. And I understand that making those changes are going to be helpful in my life and lead to more success. So the clutter, getting rid of clutter in your life and getting clear on certain things is going to help. You know that. I know that. And you have two choices. Like I said before, you can either wait until something tragic happens and then you're forced to make a change, or you can take the empowerment route and just decide today that there's going to be one thing that you're going to make that's going to be change. And these changes often, they don't need to be huge, but just to start from a small spot. So like I said, take your desk, that stack of paper that you've got there, just starting with that is going to start to have other things change in your life. And once the ball gets rolling, it becomes easier and easier and easier to continue with it. And whether that is clearing clutter in your house, whether that is trying to change your diet habits, your exercise, the way that you act with people, your relationships, it all starts to snowball in a positive way. So I encourage you today to just try to make that one step, just make that decision to say, okay, is there one little change today that I can do to just get me a little bit forward than I was 30 minutes ago? So that's what I have for you today. If you have any questions for me, please reach out. And I want to tell you that I also have a gift for you. If you're listening and you go to my website, it's AnnickMagac.com/free clear chapter. You can download a chapter of my book for free. And I would love for you to give me some feedback and let me know what you thought about this. And if there's any topics that you would like for me to cover on health, fitness, and mindset, I would love to do that. You can reach me by email at info@AnnickMagac.com or just download that free chapter and enjoy it. Thank you so much. Ciao.